Today we'll be talking about weight loss and diet tips to help you get that summer body you wanted. What's up guys, Cody here once again with a weight loss video. Today we're going to be talking about diet habits that can help you get to your weight loss goal faster, efficiently, and some foods that are frankly very good for maintaining lean muscle mass while also losing weight. And really quick, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, drop a like on the video, drop a comment, let me know what other fitness related videos you guys want to see. Before we jump into it, I'm going to link down below to my video about macros. That's going to be very important to the info in this video. So yeah, click that if you're feeling like watching that first. If not, let's jump into it. Also guys, stay tuned till the end of the video for some foods that I feel are the best that you can eat to maximize your weight loss on top of the healthy tips that we're going to talk about today. So the most important point I'm going to make today for you guys trying to lose weight is caloric deficit and macro counting. So first, you have to be counting calories. You don't have to, but it really is the best way to know exactly what's going on with your body. By caloric deficit, I mean that you are actually eating less calories than your body needs to maintain where it is at right now. And the macros come in because you're making sure that the calories you're taking in are maximizing the weight loss that you're trying to produce. So you're going to be doing low carb, low fat, high protein. As I mentioned in my macro video, protein preserves the muscle mass. Low carbs makes it so the body has to burn the fat, and then the fat's getting burned out. So you're keeping the lean muscle mass, losing the fat, everything everybody wants. So what we're talking about here is a negative caloric deficit, which means, as mentioned, you're taking in less calories. So what diet habits should you be incorporating to get to that negative caloric deficit? So how do you find what your caloric and macro goal should be? So basically, you're going to find your protein, your fat, your carbs, what you should be eating each day on top of a calorie total that should be your end goal for the day. And that caloric goal is going to be mainly what you're going to be focusing on, and then the macros are going to hopefully line up along the way. If you're eating good foods, you're not going to have to worry about playing with the macros too much. You'll just eat throughout the day and the macros will come out about right. So the first and most important thing about your caloric goal, do not just go down to eating something crazy like 1,000 calories when you normally eat 3,000 calories a day. You want to gradually drop it down to find where you should be. That's the healthiest way to lose weight. Otherwise, you're risking a lot of adverse effects from the weight loss. So what you're going to do is start counting calories, maybe see roughly what you eat a day or what you think you can eat a day to maintain what your body weight is right now. And once you find that number, you're going to subtract like maybe 500 calories, or if it's really high, you could go a little more than that, and you're going to see how that affects the weight on the scale. If the weight on the scale starts to drop, stay at that new calorie number that you made until it stops dropping, and then drop it a little bit more. This is the healthiest way to lose weight. It's not an overnight thing, guys. You have to take it slow. You have to be ready to strap in and trust the process. It's the same idea with the bulk. I'm bulking right now. I'm trying to do it as slow as possible so I'm not putting on a large influx of body fat. If you just shock your body and drop all these calories right away, you're not only going to lose the fat, you're also going to lose the lean muscle mass, which frankly, whether you're lifting in the gym or you don't care about the muscle, you don't want to do that. You still need that lean muscle. So like I said, dial it back slowly and keep monitoring the scale. You know, don't weigh yourself every day, but maybe once a week, maybe even once every 2 weeks is an appropriate amount of time to weigh yourself in. And yeah, so if the scale keeps going down, stay where you are with the calorie number. If the scale stops or doesn't move at all, lower that calorie a little bit more. And then, like I said, play with it, guys. If it's dropping too fast, raise it a little bit. It's very easy, and it's almost fun to know what's going on inside of your body with the food that you're taking in. Also, if you really just want a quick guesstimate of where you should be at for calories, there's a million calculators you can find online. Frankly, I use MyFitnessPal. It's really easy. You plug your weight, you plug how fast you want to lose the weight, you plug how active you are, and it gives you a rough guesstimate of what your calories should be. That's a really good way to find the number quick, but if not, like I said, find the number you think maintains your body weight and go down from there. So the next step is to find your macro profile. Now, again, things like MyFitnessPal will give you a rough guesstimate, but it doesn't really explain anything to you as to why they get those numbers. So Protein, you're going to want about your body weight. That's roughly what research recommends to maintain the body mass. And it's going to be low carb and lower fat, but remember, you still need both of them. Your body needs a healthy amount of every macro. Don't listen to all these diet crazes. Oh, the fat drips off if you do no carb. No, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be extremely low energy, and you're just going to feel like crap. It's not a fun experience if you're making yourself miserable with the lack of energy. All you want to do is sleep, and then you're not getting the exercise you need because you're sitting around all day because you're low energy. Don't listen to the diet crazes. Get a healthy balance of all the macros and just take your time and enjoy it. You know, it is a process. You have to trust it. So you're going to have your body weight in protein, and then you're going to have lower fat and lower carb. It is going to be low carb. It might still be tough, but I promise it'll be easier than doing no carb, because no carb is horrible. So yeah, you still have an energy source, but the carbs are getting burned fast so that it has to use the fat for the energy, and then all that protein is going to keep you from feeling hungry, and it is going to preserve your muscle mass. And frankly, this goes without saying, but you don't have to be overweight or anything to use this process. This also goes for cutting, for guys and girls that lift regularly. You know, they bulk up for the winter and then they cut for the summer. This is the same idea. They want to maintain all that muscle they gained while shedding off the fat so they can have that ripped and shredded summer bod. You know, everybody wants abs, everybody wants the lean muscle mass, and it really is built in the kitchen. If you're gaining muscle, you probably already have healthy workout habits. So you just up that cardio, do these dieting tips, and then that is how you get that shredded lean look for summer that everybody wants. So you have your calories set in stone, you have your macros set in stone. What do you do now? The biggest thing is to stay consistent. Try to stay within the realm of foods you've set for yourself, and just keep doing it day in and day out. You will be absolutely shocked with the results the longer you keep going with the diet plan you set out. And yes, cheat days are okay, but once in a while. The issue is somebody's like, oh, I'm going to cheat on, I don't know, a bag of Doritos. And then it's like, wow, these are really good. I'm craving more Doritos. Once your body gets those fat, greasy, you know, crappy, high-carb foods, your body's going to crave more. But if you can do this for a long period of time, your body almost forgets about those foods and you just stay on your plan. Yes, it might not be as tasty or as carb-filled as you'd like it to be, but it's getting the results for your body that you want. And if you hit your goal, when you hit your goal, you're going to feel fantastic about it. But let me tell you guys, once you do it for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, it just becomes your lifestyle habit. You forget all about all that greasy McDonald's, bags of Doritos you like eating, and you're eating these healthy foods, and you're going to realize that it's not that bad. Trust the process. The weight will be lost. I promise, guys. You'll get that shredded look. You'll get that summer bod, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this was so worth it. So much better than sitting around eating junk food all day. So yeah, as for the speed of it, that's definitely going to depend on how much you weigh, what your goal is, how much weight you're trying to lose. But recommended is about a pound a week. If you're losing 2 pounds a week, that's insanely fast. Because anything more than that, like I said, you're losing the muscle mass, which nobody really wants to do, especially if you worked hard to gain the muscle mass. So think about it. If you want to lose 10 pounds and you're dropping 2 pounds a week, let's say, that's going to be almost 2 months to lose that weight. So again, that's why most people start cutting months before summer in the spring, because they know they have to work slow to maintain the muscle mass that they want to show off at the beach while also being lean enough so that you can see the muscle mass. Again, like I said, it is a lifestyle. It's not a 1 week trial. People try these diets for a week and they say, what the heck, dude, I'm not losing any weight. That is because you have to be in it for the long haul. You have to stick with it. You have to completely dedicate yourself. It takes a lot of mental strength to stay on a diet consistently. But let me tell you, once you break through that wall, all the cravings, all the stuff like that, it's a piece of cake, guys. It becomes your lifestyle. Now, thank you so much for sticking around to this part of the video. I'm going to go down a list of some foods that I like to eat when I cut, and frankly, foods that are just perfect in macros to help you hit your weight loss goal. So guys, the first food, and perhaps the most obvious, is salad. And don't get all excited when I say salad because you love your ranch dressing. Ranch is very high in fat. Again, if you need the dressing, I definitely recommend the lower fat options. They have lower calorie options, all that stuff for people that are dieting. Or just use less of it. You know, you don't need to absolutely drown it in dressing. If you have to do that, you probably don't like salad too much. So yeah, ditch the croutons, stick to the veggies, throw some meat in there. Meat is also good. Salad is a great weight loss food. Next, as I mentioned with throwing it in the salad, is meat. Meat is extremely high protein, relatively low to high fat. Chicken I normally recommend for cutting because it has the low fat, no carb. If you're doing beef, that's higher fat. So if you're going to do that, you're going to want to watch your fat numbers everywhere else. Next up, we have almonds and peanuts, things like that. Now, they are high in fat, but it's mostly good fat. Those polysaturated, monosaturated fats, not just the saturated fats. Those aren't the ones you really want. Those are the ones in the junk food like Doritos. And they're high in protein. They have a little bit of carb, so that makes for the perfect macro for your weight loss routine. Next up, we have eggs. A regular egg is very high protein, has some fat in it, and no carbs. If you really want to go that extra mile, you can even do just the egg whites. That takes out all the fat and cholesterol from the egg, and then you literally just have some protein. Do that with some nice whole wheat toast. You have a fantastic breakfast there for weight loss. Next up, we have yogurt, and Greek yogurt is relatively what I like to do. It's very high in protein. The only thing to watch out with that is the flavored ones. Yes, they taste much better than plain, but they are in fact loaded with sugar. Frankly, most of those flavored yogurts are very high in sugar, and they're good once in a while. Just keep in mind, if you're really downing a lot of it, that's a lot of sugar. With sugar comes carbs, and with higher carbs comes, well, some macros that aren't exactly perfect for weight loss. Next up, if you're a fan of it, cottage cheese is fantastic. It's a great snack. You can buy it in the little cups. Super high protein, medium fat, lower carb, exactly the macro profile we want for the weight loss macros. And finally, really any dairy product is going to be very good for you. Milk, I recommend the lower fat ones. You can even do the no fat, but again, you want a little bit of fat, so you can do the 1%, maybe even the 2%. I recommend staying away from whole milk. Whole milk has the highest fat. I think it's like 5 grams per cup. But any milk, any dairy product, cheese, again, I mentioned the cottage cheese already, but regular cheese is high protein, medium fat, couple carbs, you know, it's very good. And yeah, guys, things like that, if it's natural, like meat or plant-based, things like that, it's probably going to have good macros. It's once you start to venture off to the fast food processed things like the hot dogs, Doritos, all that stuff that you can't go outside and just find in nature, that's when you really start to throw off your macros. So stick to foods like that. Definitely work in cheat days so that you're absolutely not going mad, not eating your favorite foods. Unless your favorite food's a salad, then have at it. But yeah, guys, so that's my first video really going in depth with the weight loss diet. If you want me to go into any more detail or you have any questions, just throw a comment down below. I'll reply to all of them as long as they're relevant. And yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more diet related videos with bulking. I'll do a lot more with weight loss, probably a lot more with food. And yeah, more stuff like that. So subscribe, come along for the ride, hit the bell so you know when there's an upload. Like this video. If you've made it this far, you might as well take the extra second to like it. And tune in for next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.